Have you guys heard the world's richest man just successfully took over Twitter? Elon Musk and the board of Twitter agreed to a, are you ready? $44 billion deal yesterday, which means Elon is taking the company private. Elon tweeted yesterday that he wants his worst critics to remain on Twitter. He also tweeted that he wants to make Twitter better than ever. Now, some people are already leaving the site in protest. There are also reports that some Twitter employees are worried about what this could mean for them, while others are cautiously optimistic. How are we feeling, Jeff?
I'm for it. I know a lot of people do not like this, but specifically for verification purposes, I love this, right?
Because what did Elon say he's going to do?
He's going to get rid of all the bots. And people have no idea what bots are doing to our country. They go back to Eastern Europe. I'm not just making this up. There's millions and millions of bots. In 2017, just think of this alone, 48 million bots. That was 5 years ago, okay? That's 9 to 15% of people online. That was 5 years ago. So imagine what it is now. Norton Antivirus, since January 2020, 200 million tweets telling the country to open back up.
Which are fake accounts.
We're bots.
Right. Tell
We're bots.
viewers
yes.
that bot equals a fake account.
It's a fake account. It's not a real person. You could actually, when I was searching bots online, it tells you how to make a bot. So that's where we're at. The top 500 retweets from what I just said, dividing our country, were bots.
Wow.
41 to 82% were bots. People are interjecting these bots into our country, into our conversations with racism, anti-this, anti-that, masks, and they're the ones causing the problem. There's a whole Reddit thread of bots fighting bots that's not even real people. And people jump into the conversation not knowing what they're getting into. So I think a lot of people view America as social media, right? It's racist, it's this, it's that, which might be true to a certain extent, but not what we think. And if Elon could erase some of those bots and just get people responsible for what they're actually saying, I think it's going to help tremendously in that aspect alone.
That's interesting. No, it is interesting. I had never even heard those stats before. When I'm thinking about it, some of the things that come to mind do have to do with the idea of racism. There's a lot of people that are questioning Elon's past, and if this is going to bring us to a path of opening the door to further white supremacy. There's also people who are criticizing him for asking what would it cost to cure world hunger, and the answer was $6 billion, and the steps were put in front of him, and he put $44 billion into Twitter. So there are some questions here. You know, do we want one of the richest men or the richest man to own or have their say, when also we know that he's also been accused of utilizing Twitter in order to manipulate stock prices? That's a lot of power. So I do have a lot of skepticism about it. I'm not a big Twitter person, but I have skepticism about it.
Are you worried about it, Tori?
Yeah, I'm worried for very similar reasons. One, I don't think anyone on this earth should have that much power over that much power. Twitter is enormously effective in communication. He already is the richest man in the world. To now own this, we're in a Bond villain, like the cat thing again. I don't like that at all, and I don't think the founders of this country like that at all. But second, his free speech fanaticism, I agree with you. I like the verification, actually. You two have both changed my mind on that. I like the bot ending. The free speech fanaticism in which he is going to replace any kind of hate speech and let it be a free-for-all is something I will willingly leave.
Or disinformation.
Or disinformation.
Wouldn't you like to know who's saying it, though, and have them be responsible for their own words?
I agree with you on the bots. But if I go on there and a Nazi is allowed to tell me I'm going to die because I'm a Jew, and he believes that is free speech and should be protected, I'm out. I'm out.
Well, if they tell me to kill my children, I want to know who said that.
That's fair.
Okay?
That's
fair enough.
Yeah.
And I just want to say CNBC put out a stat to your $6 billion to end world hunger. The $42 billion deal, he could pay $1 million to every single citizen in the world for that much money. Wow. That's insanity. That would solve everything.
God.